Test, test.
Not an influencer. Hello. So first of all, I'm not an influencer. I don't know how to make this entertaining. I'm treating this more like a live talk, like we're just talking at each other. There's going to be no cuts or fancy stuff to keep you entertained. I don't know how to do that. I don't really care about doing that. Just imagine you're in a room with me. This talk comes from a conversation I had with an aspiring game dev, a friend of mine, who he called YouTubers and influencers an echo chamber for people who have never released a game. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think I do. But I do think we could use a bit more nuanced content from people who aren't making videos purely for entertainment and more educational. So that's what this is, I guess. Okay, this slide exists on like every talk you'll see, and it always comes across as like braggy, and I've never really understood why it was there until I had to make one myself. It's just to build credibility. So I'm keeping it short. I'm just going to be like, I've released 3 games in 5 years. I've sold over 230,000 units. I'm mostly solo developed. More on that later. It's focused on PC releases. The games have made it to console, but they're really made for PC. And if you're like a mobile game dev, then this probably isn't for you. I have no idea about that environment and that world. So this is mostly focused on PC releases. And this is my process. No, this isn't my process. This is the opposite of my process. This actually is a image I saw online. I think it was posted on Reddit, and it was basically their plan for releasing a game from start to finish, and it was pretty in depth. And I just remember seeing it and being like, that is the complete opposite of how I do things. I do things like this, for better or worse. It's kind of chaotic. I just kept crawling and it just kept working is basically my motto at this point. In retrospect, I obviously had reasons for the things I did, but it was never really planned out. I do things. Okay, so what is the point of this talk? I'm not going to tell you how to do it, because everyone's situation is completely different, and everyone's journey in indie development will be different as well. I can't tell you how to do it with any certainty at all, because it's likely won't be applicable to you. At the end of these slides, I will go through some tips and some things I've learned, not until I've created some kind of context about why I think those things are important. My first job out of uni was at an online gambling company, and that industry is something I fundamentally disagree with now. But at the time, I was young. I was like, cool, looks good on my CV, might as well do it, blah blah blah. Yeah, this whole industry is basically funded by what in gaming we would call whales. In online gambling, they're basically addicts. Imagine an alcoholic having a drink in their pocket at all times. That's kind of what online slots are for a gambling addict. I think if you were in this industry, you're not a bad person. I mean, I was in the industry, so I can't really blame someone for being in that industry. It's not an industry I like, but the individuals I don't mind. Like, they're just people at the end of the day trying to collect a salary and get some experience in game development. What I don't like about it is it kind of pulls super passionate game developers from a young age into that environment, and then they take a job being like, it'll be good for my CV. They think they're making games, but ultimately what they're doing is kind of making something adjacent to games, like the game's evil cousin or something. So yeah, I stayed there for a few years, just because it would look good on my CV, and I kept getting like promotions or kind of applying for promotions to be like, oh, that looks good. So I was a tester, then a test lead, and then a producer, and then because the company's ethos was so bad, it was like a constant blame game. It kind of like gave me, this is hyperbole, but gave me PTSD for working in big office environments. And I already had from childhood like a problem with authority anyway, and a reluctance to be told what to do, so that kind of compounded it. And I was pretty depressed, fucking quit. I was like, I'm outie. When I quit, I moved back to my mum's like 1-bedroom flat, converted a closet, I guess you'd call it, because there's no window, into like a bedroom, and stayed there for a few years. This was kind of during COVID, and whenever I'm in like a bad headspace, I usually create stuff. I think during that time and just before that time, I did a bunch of kind of creative stuff just to kind of get out of my own head, which was I wrote a pilot for an animated TV sitcom thing. Tried pitching that to Adult Swim, didn't work, didn't go very far, but whatever. I wrote like a small novel that I just deleted when I finished it. A bunch of weird stuff. But one of the things I did do is I started making like an indie game, again as a hobby. Didn't expect it to go anywhere. It was a Metroidvania, and then I saw a video of a streamer, or I guess a live stream of a streamer, playing a game in a similar genre to the one I was making as a hobby. And that game was on Kickstarter at the time, and it was being pretty successful. It was Hike with a Robot by Mr. Morris Games, and he was on a small streamer called Taco something. I'll put a link somewhere. Yeah, and I saw that game, and I was like, hey, that kind of looks like mine. If he can do it, I can do it. So I thought, fuck it, and I've done a Kickstarter, raised about 12k, and that allowed me to move out of my mum's flat and into a 3-bedroom flat with both my brothers. That brings me to game 1, which is Zapping Bygone. It's a Metroidvania where you steal the skulls of your enemies and you wear them to gain new abilities. Very similar mechanics to Hollow Knight. The only real difference is the protagonist, the art style, and some kind of unique abilities. And obviously the story. This game was basically made mostly with the Kickstarter funds, no, all with the Kickstarter funds, and whatever savings I had left. And when I hit that release button, it was the same month that I had to borrow money to pay rent, so it was really kind of on the edge. Initial sales were pretty slow, so I had to start my next game like straight away, even though I was quite burnt out. So what my plan was to do was to make a bunch of small prototypes, see which one is the most fun, and then roll with that. But what ended up happening is I made one prototype, and then a publisher messaged me or emailed me and was like, hey, can we publish this? So I was like, yeah, I need money. During this time, I also joined like a private Discord server with a bunch of other small indie developers that really kept me motivated. I don't think I would have finished this game without them, or at least it wouldn't have been as good as it was without them. They definitely helped me, and I learned a lot about marketing and what does and what doesn't work simply by bouncing ideas off them and sharing struggles, and that was super important. I'm still in that group today. So yeah, Heretics Fork is the game that got published. Many people are very anti-publisher, and I am too, to a large extent, but the truth is sometimes you kind of need their cash to make what you want to make. Publishers are kind of a necessary evil in a lot of ways. They allow games to be made. These days I kind of look at them as more like a bank loan than a publisher. So Heretics Fork is a game that was kind of made a bit late on the Vampire Survivors hype, so I had to make it quite a bit different than a straight kind of clone. So what I did was I realised in Vampire Survivors when you get really powerful, you don't have to move, at least you didn't, I don't know what the updates are like, and you can just kind of stay still. And I was like, that just seems like a tower defense. So if you're staying still and you're auto-attacking enemies, it's basically a tower. So I made Vampire Survivors type game, but you don't move and you're just upgrading a tower in the center of your screen, and you upgrade that tower by using like deck builder mechanics. So it's basically the constantly killing enemies funness of Vampire Survivors. It's the strategic element of a deck builder combined with the weapon upgrade system from Rotato. These mechanics aren't unique, but when they get combined they become something very unique. I don't think there's another game like Heretics Fork out there that I've seen. I also used the lore from that random sketch thing I wrote and tried to pitch to Adult Swim as like the backdrop and the aesthetic of the game, which was an office in hell, but hell is overpopulated, so they have to try and figure out better ways and like make a computer system to help punish sinners more efficiently. This game took a year to develop, and it sold over 140,000 copies. So wildly successful compared to any expectation I had. Still my most highest selling game so far. Then moving on from that, again, I should have taken a break because I was getting burnt out, but I think this whole thing I have in my head about game development and creative stuff being a escape from reality, if I'm not doing it, I kind of feel weird, so I always have to start something straight away. So one of the developers I met in that Discord channel I mentioned before was the same guy who made Hike with the Robot, the one I mentioned earlier, and at the time he was making a game called Rusty's Retirement, and it's popping off on social media. It was getting a lot of traction on social media and marketing. Had like a really good hook. I didn't want to miss the boat. I was like, it's a really cool concept. So what I did is I made a game with that similar hook, with it being just on the bottom of your screen or just on the side of your screen to allow you to play the game while you're doing other things. But instead of it being a farming sim like Rusty's Retirement, it was a life sim. I feel like a life sim is still kind of cozy, just like a farming sim, so it's that same audience, but it's a different genre completely. Only sharing the same aspect where it's an idler and it's hooked to one point of your screen. Okay. I know I've just been preaching at you, saying like a bunch of things that aren't relevant and you can't really take much away according to what you should do in development. Kind of intentional. Like I said, I didn't want to tell you what to do, I just wanted to tell you my experience. But I do want to give you some takeaways as well. And these takeaways are things that should be relevant to everyone, but I don't know, I'm not here to tell you what the gospel is. I'm not here to preach. I'm just to tell you what I think. Okay, I keep calling myself a solo dev. I don't know if that's true. Every single game I've made, I've had some help to some extent from someone else in my life or in business, in work. First game, Zapping Bygone, all the music was made by my friend Anders, and I think that's probably the best part of the game. Heretics Fork and My Little Life both commissioned some programming help from a friend of mine called Evan, who is a really good game maker developer. Publishers from Heretics Fork were really good at making like a great release plan, one I probably wouldn't have done myself, and that was really instrumental to the success of the game. And last but not least, I've had like extensive and free playtesting from friends and fans who are just passionate about the game and want to make the game better, and they want to play it early. So what I'm saying here is, I don't think you should be too precious about being a solo developer or doing everything yourself, and don't be scared to rely on others. I feel like well, it's extremely rare at least, that a game is made entirely by yourself and is actually good and delivered in good time within a tight budget. That is rare and really hard to do. Most of these solo developer games that were truly made solo, they had like years and years and years and years of development because they were so passionate about doing everything themselves to like the perfect degree, which is great. It's an awesome way to make games, but it takes a long time. This is probably the most important slide on this whole thing. Got a lot on it. I probably should split this up into multiple slides. First thing is, you should never expect your first painting to be a masterpiece. If you've never painted before, you'd never be able to think that you can skate as soon as you step on a skateboard. Games are the same. That first game you make, first couple games you make, the first experimentation you do in games, don't take it so seriously. Chances are it's going to suck, but you're going to be proud of it anyway. So just have fun with it. Before I made Zapping Bygone, I made a bunch of games that never got released. I think I just sent them to friends and said, hey, play this, and then they'll be like, this sucks, and I'll be like, whatever. And I'll start again. I was making games as an escape from reality, to have fun, to enjoy myself. I wasn't making games to sell and make profitable straight away. In fact, that wasn't even on my radar. Next thing is, AAA games take years and years and years to make, meaning that they always lag behind all these trends in gaming. This is one thing I've taken advantage of. These cozy Rusty-like, I don't know what to call them, games, made them so quickly. I made it in a year. Heritage Walk was also made in a year, before anyone else can really make another genre mashup of that game. You're seeing it again now with all these fun co-op games that are coming out that are made really quickly. I think Peak is the most recently one. These all came out a couple years or even a year later after Lethal Company, which kind of sprung that new genre into existence. Well, we created that co-op genre, I suppose. We can do this as indie games because we are focused on making them games smaller and quicker. AAA can't do that because they have so much overhead. By the time they've pitched a new game, you can have already made the game. Another huge advantage we have over AAA is that we are making small games cheaply, meaning that we don't have to make as much money as these massive corporations games. So we are in a unique position where we can focus on smaller, more neglected niche player bases. Great example is horror games. Like all the good proper horror games are coming from indie. When I say proper horror games, I mean like not Resident Evil where you can go around shooting everyone. I mean like proper like PT inspired, scary, designed to scare you horror games. AAA seems to avoid that for good reason because it's got a smaller player base. Same with idle games, same with cozy games, lots of visual novels, deck builders. You don't see many AAA deck builders because these are very niche player bases. When I say very niche, that might be a small percentage of the big pie that AAA is going for. So that small percentage is still absolutely massive and life-changing for indie. So don't compete with AAA. Let them focus on the multiplayer shooters, the massive open world and complex RPGs. Watch them fuck it up and absorb their player bases, especially the ones that they've neglected, or even the ones or the player bases that they've annoyed by making bad games. So yeah, overall, make games quickly and try and focus on genres that aren't competing with AAA. Now this one I think is going to be disagreed with by a lot of people. This is something that I do. I don't know if it will work for everyone, but all my games I've made so far are like firmly within a genre of another game or another series of games. The reason I do that is it's so much easier to make a game when you have like a template. Zapping Bygone was very, very close to Hollow Knight. Of course it had like novel ideas and mechanics and story and characters and stuff, but that core template when you're first making a game, especially on your first games, to have a reference point to follow and be like, this makes games fun, or this genre fun, is super important. And as soon as you diverge too far from that, then games make it a lot harder to make. Heritage Walk was so much harder to make from a game design perspective, simply because the mashup of genres was so different, and I was in like unknown territory. I didn't have this kind of formula to follow. I had to make that myself. That was so much harder to make. I think if I made Heritage Walk my first release, I think it would have sucked. But even Heritage Walk is still within a genre, or multiple genres. It had tower defense, it had deck building, and it had this like weapon system from Potato. So even that, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I came with My Little Life. My Little Life was inspired by The Sims. It was basically The Sims, but an idle version, and for it to be small enough to fit on different sides of the screen. Originality
take them apart. Shoot him already? I got something for That's what I like to see.
The boss has arrived.
Ready to give pursuit. Sorry, McGinnis. Get your hands off me.
Magari c'è microphone doc spectator.
Soldier is here.
Ready to move. Catch! Got him. Incoming. Setting dynamite.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Catch! It's gonna blow. I'll take him down. Setting a barrel.
Let's push yellow. Traveler's not ready.
Bounce back down.
I see Ivy.
I see Ivy.
They've taken our yellow guardian.
The blood will flow down Broadway.
Got your breaths now.
Let's go mid.
Wrangling him. Setting up a
This is who you want to be, Geist.
Let's push green.
パワースラッシュ。情けはかけん。アメリカの暗殺者の技量は。Let's push York. 一刀両断にしてやる。Time to do what I do best.
Go out there and impose your will.
I see ship. I lead by example.
A boon from your pain.
高まれ
They destroyed the Guardian on green.
I see McGuinness.
死ね全体験になるか
It's wise to fear me.
私を止められるとでも思った 逃れられん私からは逃れられん
They changed the world. Pick them off one by one.
You were fools to fight me. Let's push Broadway.
Took out the gargoyle.
I'll travel where I'm needed.
Headed to green.
One yet. I can't last them. Thank you for your aid.
I will strengthen you. They are wise to fear Lady Gus.
Live at my behest. Die at my whim.
Your loyalty will be rewarded, Mirage.
I see focus.
If the Jinn need anything, let me know.
They've destroyed the...
I see McGuinness. Sovereign. Our victory will be glorious.
Thank you for making me see the opportunities holiday provides.
Not ready.
Sounds good.
Oh, my friend. You just upped your survivability. At least 10%.
rejuvenator is descending.
Traveler's almost ready.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
The line between life and death.
This is one of many victories to come.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Be careful.
See, I
Looks like
do I great. I thought
I think I'm
very.
So I can might as well. Let me collect my extra.
私は訳あってこの名を
I got this.
I'm not leaving New York. God, I hate this city. I'll complete.
Looks like I'll have to cancel class this afternoon.
And when God came to me, the only thing he asked, boy, do you love yourself? He said, boy, do you love yourself? Do you? When God came to me, what he said? The only thing he asked, boy, do you love yourself? He said, boy, do you love yourself? Yeah. And recently I've been feeling like the underdog. I feel like shit cause I know that I can't give you what you want. There's a catastrophe inside of my brain. It's either live with this decision or decide to be pain. How the fuck I'm supposed to live when you done stole my motivation? How? You trying to survive, you just didn't wanna say it. Every artist that I know is either happy or depressed. I never seen the in-between, I had to get this off my chest. One way or another, I say to my brother, I stay in the other. I like the shade, I'd like to stay here just for a little while. Yeah, well, I like to stay here just for a little while. And every artist that I know is either happy or depressed. I never seen the in-between, I had to get this off my chest. And recently I've been feeling like the underdog. I feel like shit cause I know that I can't give you what you want. Every artist that I know is either happy or depressed. I never seen the in-between, I had to get this off my chest. Yeah. Just for a little while. 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 And when God came to me, the only thing he asked, boy, do you love yourself? He said, boy, do you love yourself? Do you? When God came to me, what he said? The only thing he asked, boy, do you love yourself? He said, boy, do you love yourself? Look, go. I guess I'm
Holiday. Summon me, and I will help you breathe.
Justice. They're about to have a real bad day. It's gonna blow! You are not gonna stop me.
Very nice.
Seven's missing.
Mundane to the spectacular. You're looking to survive. You came to the right place.
I'll be right back.
Called my shot.
Child support, we ain't even got a kid. Yeah, that's your baby daddy. Working 80 plus a week, and she say she want half of it. Makes no fucking sense. She didn't even cook or clean. She played me like a sucker, she was living rent free. Oh yeah, I could tell that she done this before. Fuck you, good riddance. Pack your shit out the door, I'm not kidding. No, no. Stop begging, I just need you to go. She got me down bad, sipping on it, yeah. Bartender, pour me something from the tab, got me down.
Barrel's out! They'll be feeling that. I'm ready to go in. Might want to buy a relic. I'll take him down. bebop.
Be right back.
There's more where that came from.
Well, home, staying in the group a bit. Watching no names, fighting with significance. What is this? I'm looking at a biche in the car, sweet Hollywood, the river back. I'm a big boy.
I see the trust fund, baby.
Start running, pal. We'll see you soon.
They killed Calico!
I see bucket.
Oh, you really about to profit? All right, about 1,000 in your pocket? Found $1 million in your pocket. Now I don't believe. That don't sound right.
Street lights, whoa, whoa. These lights burn so bright, whoa, whoa. Out here on these city nights, whoa, whoa. These lights burn so bright, whoa,
Let's take out pocket.
I know what I'm doing.
Leave them to me.
Your patron gives freely.
Don't mess with the law. Here comes the mail.
Maybe I can go home.
I see Vindicta.
Just the beginning.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Nice teamwork. I always get my man.
Our blue guardian has been defeated.
Pick my target.
Need help.
Our yellow guardian has been defeated.
I'm not messing around. I'll pick them apart.
I got something for ya. They took out Fever.
Mid-boss has arrived.
Let me show. They're here somewhere. I'm done playing nice. It's all fun and games until someone kicks a barrel of explosives at you.
Our blue walker is under attack. The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
That's gonna help keep it warm on the inside.
They took out Abrams.
Let's take that pocket.
Catch!
Got him. Make it for him.
Got him roped up!
Just ridiculous. What the
Our
fuck
blue
happened?
walker is under attack.
Headed to Broadway. Headed to Broadway.
Incoming! Setting up a bounce pad! You're going down.
My power is your power.
Setting dynamite. Chase them down wherever they go.
Silk on your dress, fingerprints on your neck. I'm a prince, I'm a king, I'm the
They took out Fever.
blue walker is under attack.
I know how to make it hurt.
Let's push blue.
Let's push Greenwich.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Leave them to me. Pick my target. High risk, high reward.
Run against myself to win the race. My demons give them a lip a taste. Wonder if it all end up a waste. And I know what I'm feeling. Head first when I break another.
Barrels out!
Each wave like a diamond and it's pure. Storm coming.
Let's go mid.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Headed to York.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Good luck.
Our blue walker has been destroyed.
This stuff's more unstable than my first marriage.
Let's take out Vindicta.
And that's how you do it.
There's the time thief.
Pull back.
They're making me work for it today. Setting a barrel.
Let's take out Krill.
Is under attack.
Pull back.
get my man.
Headed to green. Pull back.
They'll be feeling that. Start running, pal.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
I'm not messing around.
Here comes the barrel!
Time to go flying. You are not gonna stop me.
Let's push yellow. Let's take out pocket.
We can't hold them for long. Fucking garage.
Razvrti se kroz kvart, tako cijeli dan. Pljugao ma sajce je ravno je. Sunce tuče mi kroz šajb. Bitch don't kill my vibe. Nemoj slat me nit ne zvad, nisam Mado je. Opet nisam Mado, ne mož dobit me na fon. Osim ako nisi Bardo, jer tu sam za pomoć. Ili hladno bilo kiša ili sunce, tu sam uvijek, tu sam stalno. Vidim stare stvari, isto mjesto. Nismo isti, treba zna napravit više s istom kesom. Zato buraz kada pali, neće mi nebesa. Smišljam plan za planom, neće šakati kako nisi vata blesa. Buraz koliko je to, ma dobro je to. Buk sam ključe ispod
Headed to York.
otvorit zlo. Je otišlo je kosića pa smo
Pull back. Defend green.
I'm done playing nice. Bet they got regrets now. I'll pick them apart. Called my shot. Time for a major upgrade.
I will happily sell you this. You don't have jurisdiction in New York.
I'll take him down. Bullseye.
Let's push yellow.
Bomb ready.
Убойство. Wait, let me do that again. I might run from you right out of the blue.
Ne znaš mi igraš teka.
Come right back on you. I might run from you. Now that's nothing new. Like what lovers do. We can rendezvous. Sentimental, temperamental, coming from the penitentiary. Yeah.
survival is paramount.
Gonna go in there and give him hell. Don't mess with the law.
Nothing new, like what lovers do. We can rendezvous. Kinda love it, kinda hate it when you say you wanna stay with me. Yeah, find it hard to believe it, even I would walk away from me. If
I'm to be claimed. Your valor is rewarded.
Let me show you why I'm the law.
Let's push green.
I see pockets, little brat.
Ready to get some airtime. Is that you, Keller? Is that you?
Pull back. I see 7. Headed. I see Vindicta.
I see paradox.
I'm gonna take them apart.
Ekipa što su bežale od zastave. Ovdje takve stvari se zovu odrastanje. U pohodu vidiš, ne moraš da pitaš ko je. Oči crvene su boje, de novčanice se broje. Ovdje jednako se deli, ovdje nema moje tvoje. Neki nemaju dinara i dalje u mjestu. Godinama nismo videli, da ne pričam kakav se vaš kao smo preživjeli.
Let me show you why I'm the law.
Is ours.
A lot more snipers here than back in Macomb. Throwing a barrel. Bet they got regret.
Defend Greenwich. Defend green. Let's push York.
I'm done. All right. Don't mess with the law.
I see paradox.
Ready to get pursuit. Is that you, Keller?
Zašto točno teka igra? The brick.
That is one big mole man. Let's push Greenwich. I got it.
That's what I like to see.
knock this feeling. Late night staring at my ceiling. Hoping my words are
Glad I got him before they tore me in half.
Soldier is here!
Such finesse, Hayes.
Defend Greenwich!
Our Green Walker is under attack. Our Green Walker has been destroyed.
Let's take out 7! Getting dynamite. Bounce that down!
Bill delivered.
I thought they'd put up a fight. I guess I can be wrong.
Let's push green!
Wake up and go get it, boy, I'm tripping, bitch. No one ever made it anywhere by being different. I'ma run it up, break the rip and never finish. Skating on these streets,
I see paradox.
Hear me in the streets when you're riding through the city. Look around the circle, kept the rhythm.
I will happily sell you this. Don't have jurisdiction in New York.
Headed to Broadway.
Ain't no back and forth, just miss me. Been the realest on my city.
I always get my man.
Here, I think he take me. Live in the heart. They hate and then they brought home. They mid, they live in fuck off. Studio in the hole. Claiming that we bro. They should be sounding so low. See it clearly that they Nike on the logo. Sticking through the crib, got them bouncing on the coco. They ugly, they get no hoes.
Catch!
No one ever made it anywhere by being. Skating on these beats.
Impressive as always.
Called my shot. Pick my target. I'll pick them apart.
Let's go mid!
Let's push York.
Let's push yellow! I see pocket. Bounce that set!
You're not gonna stop me. Bullseye.
Baptized me, my kingdom turned to dust, and I watched all my riches rust.
You're going down.
All this time,
The detective is making opportunities for us.
Let's go beat.
They'll be feeling that.
Nice one, nice one.
I don't feel safe in these holes. There are bruises on the walls. There are
bodies in the floors, and they breathe so loudly. I wish
Look.
Kill me.
Revel in your nature, Geist.
Took out Beaver. Nothing stops me. We'll happily sell you this, as we don't have jurisdiction in New York.
I know how to make it hurt. Got this position right. Son of a bitch.
late in the night. You stayed with me for all of my life. I miss you so.
I'm a disappointment. I stay up, take drugs and disappointments. Then complain about the outcome of my choices. It feels pointless when I try to avoid all of the thoughts in my head. Lately I just wait on one good reason. I should even try to wake up. 'Cause that shit feels like a motherfucking day job. No days off, no when you play it off. To play in my bed,
You made your bed, now you lie in it.
I may want to get back to the group.
my eyes went red.
I see the dicta.
The blood will flow down Broadway. Just wait until I get going.
Let's finish.
Ready to move. On the barrel.
It's time for you to be
A pleasure. Well played. Good job. Well played.
I'm a disappointment. I stay up, take drugs and miss appointments. Then complain about the outcome of my choices. It feels pointless when I try to avoid all of the thoughts in my head. Maybe I just wait on one good reason. I should even try to wake up. 'Cause that shit feels like a motherfucking day job. No days off, no when you play it off. To play in my bed, my bed.
GG's.